6:18 PM. Today is October 1, 2021. Ako yung host, Marvin Rey XD. Pasensya na, kinalate ko. Ikaw nang po ko na-enter. Lag kaayo. Walay wifi. Dito connection akong gamit. Kaon pa ko siomay. Abi basura na late na noon ko. Na ko'y kaalam-alam. Pagupit ko guys. Kaon kog siomay. Naglabay man og basura. Actually, after sa labay na og basura, gipicture na ako ang planet Venus. Gikan ko ganyan sa San Pedro. Nagpalit ko actually tulo ka kandila. Gikan ko sa San Pedro ganiya. Wala akong mga inspiration na ako during sa time nga nagkalisod ko. Ora man pod na. Tulo kandila. Nadugay ko, pasensya.
That we realize that there are a lot of decisions that we regret, especially decisions that make us impulsive. Staying up, staying late at night to
Okay.
get to early 20s. Some people
Day na.
work or to rest, okay, instead of doing other behaviors when we are in adolescence. Now that we have mentioned biological perspective, let's move on to the evolutionary. Think of yourself as an animal right now, and you're looking for a partner. You will look for the best possible partner for you because you want to survive or you want to be able to have offsprings or children. Okay, because if you're going to be partners with someone who is, say, for example, physically unhealthy or mentally unhealthy, then evolutionary, from the evolutionary standpoint, there's a lower chance for your kin to survive. Hence, it makes sense that we go for people who we think as more like to be physically healthy. Hence, your kin or your family is more likely to survive. during the ancient times. Okay, now let's adapt the psychological perspective of human sexuality. Okay, so when we say gender, okay, it's different to sex because when we say sex, that talks about either male or female, biologically speaking. But when we say gender, it may include preference, it may include the LGBT, okay, it may include. So who do you want to be? Okay, we are now considering your choice, your preference, and what are the things that influence human sexuality, particularly gender. So first, we have here what we call gender roles. So there are cultural expectations that if you're a male, you should be the provider, while if you're a female, you are the one who nurtured the family. So what do you prefer? Do you want to be the provider or the one who nurtures the family? Okay. Other than that, as a kid, we experience gender typing. When we say gender typing, as we grow older, we learn from the society about the different expectations for the two genders, okay, or the various genders. Okay, so gender typing is the acquisition of knowledge about the different expectations that society has about the various gender roles. And then eventually, we decide on our gender identity, or that's the sense of being male or female. And our sense of being male or female is influenced both by biology and environment. Okay? On the other hand, when we say because gender is defined as the psychological aspect of being masculine or feminine, okay, influenced by culture, personality, and self-identity, influenced by three important factors. Biological factors, of course, if you're born to be a male, then that will also influence your preference to be a male, okay, and the other way around. Also environmental influence, okay, and as well as culture. Okay, so there are cultures who are more open to homosexuality and they are more welcoming to the LGBT community. But I cannot say the same for other cultures or other religious orientations. Okay, so considering that there may be some individuals who think both from the psychological and the biological perspective. And there are five stages of the cycle, but in some other sources, they combine the first two and call it the excitement phase. Nonetheless, I'll discuss these five. The first one is the desire phase, which is more psychological than physical, characterized by sexual cues and fantasies, which will eventually followed by physical changes in the body when you enter the arousal phase. Again, then you engage in the sexual behavior, and then eventually you will reach a climax. You will enter the plateau phase, and then that would be characterized by intense pleasure, and then eventually that will be the orgasm phase. And then after experiencing the climax of the sexual activity, you will reach what we call a resolution phase, or the decrease in arousal after the orgasm this particularly happens in men, and this period is also known as the refractory period, wherein a person is not yet capable of engaging in such behavior for a certain period of time, and that extends as one grows older. Okay, that's why people who are in the later parts of their adulthood may have some problems in engaging in sexual behaviors. And that can be both psychological or biological. Psychological because of anxiety or because of worry about their performance or about their masculinity, okay? And biological because there may be biological problems to begin. So that's the human sexual response cycle. So now that we have been talking about the human sexual response cycle, let's move on to a related topic, which is love and attraction. And in this part of the lecture, let me talk about the different stages or types of love that a person may display. And let me begin that by talking about this theory by Helen Fisher and colleagues back in 1998. And according to them, there are three phases of romantic love, and these are the lust phase, attraction, and attachment. So, according to them, attraction or love begins with an intense craving for a sexual contact, which is biologically natural for human beings, but eventually they learn that their attraction is not limited to sexual contact because when they enter to attraction phase, they also are infatuated to each other and they pursue a relationship with each other. And then eventually um, the infatuation fades and then they will be in a deeper relationship with each other in the attachment phase. Okay, so this is where the relationship is getting tested. If will you stop in the lust phase, will you stop in the attraction phase, or will you be able to have a more secured relationship or long-term bond in the attachment phase? And attachment is influenced by a lot of things. Sometimes you're not aware that the type of person you're looking for, it may be related to to your preferences back in childhood. Say for example, you may be looking for someone who has a similar characteristic with someone in the family, or someone who is similar to you, or someone similar to a parent, someone similar to um, someone in the family. Okay, so there are a lot of things influencing our preferences, and in the attachment phase we have feelings of security, comfort, and emotional union with the partner. Now let's talk about another theory, and this time let's discuss John Lee's styles of love. And according to him, there are different styles of love characterized by different behaviors or different attitudes. So the first is what we call eros, and the eros is more like sexual and emotional love that happens at first in relationships. Okay, so it's important for partners to be able to make their way through eros and be able to have a long-term and deeper bond that is beyond sexual. Agape, and agape type of love is altruistic and selfless. Being agape, or this can also have affection, and the person experiences love as a gradual and slow process. And it's something that takes time, and their goals would be commitment, stability, and comfort. We also have what we call ludus, and when we say ludus, they think of relationship as just a game. It's not something serious, hence they don't feel jealousy about each other's behaviors. They don't have commitment nor intimacy, and believe it or not, jealousy has what we call explanations from evolutionary psychology, and jealousy is one of the basic emotions. And from the evolutionary standpoint, jealousy is important because we express jealousy because we don't want to lose a partner. Okay? Back then, during the time, just like what I've been telling you since earlier, imagine if you live during the time of Adam and Eve, then there are only few number of people in the world. Imagine if you're going to lose your partners. Um, you have to engage in behaviors that will aim to preserve the relationship. However, you don't want to be obsessive and possessive because that would be mania. Okay, wherein they easily get jealous and their experiences of love is out of control. Hence, they may be ludus and mania may be connected to each other. So if they are in a relationship with someone who is ludic, then these people who display ludic love may take advantage of those who show manic love. Okay, so and other than that, there's also what we call pragma, which is practical types of like their commitment is the this is a friendly attraction. Okay, but there's no desire for a long-term commitment, a friendly relationship. Okay, and it's all about emotional intimacy. On the other hand, when we say passion, this is more of physiological arousal. Okay, however, there is no commitment to the partner, and this is like love at first sight. On the other hand, when we say decision or commitment, also known as empty love, this is this is all about commitment, but there may be no intimacy and no passion. Say for example, couples staying together for their children, or in the case of in other cultures, two people may be promised to marry each other even though they did not give their consent in the arranged marriage. Hence there is commitment, but there's no passion or intimacy. Now, these three can be combined into different possible combinations. So, intimacy and passion can be combined, and that would be called romantic love. And when we say romantic love, it's characterized by emotional intensity and sexual excitement. Okay, and this excitement may be positive or negative. Okay, and it happens a lot in the earlier phases of a relationship. After that, we have what we call companionate love. And in companionate love, this is composed of both being friendly and having a commitment to a partner. So this is a long, deeply committed friendship or marriage, but passion has faded. So it's more durable than romantic love and may grow over time. And also we have what we call fatuous love, characterized by passion and commitment. Okay, and in fatuous love, um, they only spend a short time in courtship and suddenly, or they may decide early to get married. Okay, so what you want to achieve is somehow a combination of these three, known as consummate love, which is characterized by both intimacy, passion, and commitment. Okay, and this, according to Sternberg, this is the most ideal among the various types of love that he talked about. So basically, this part of our lecture closes our discussion about the different types of attraction and behaviors that we do depending on the type of attraction that we display. And I hope you learned a lot, and I hope that you will have more understanding about your sexuality, gender, as well as in attraction.
Okay. Good evening again and welcome.
Good evening, sir. Hi,
Good evening.
sir.
Kadirap ng haga kung ang sanggol. Okay. Good evening and welcome back. So were you able to follow the presentation? follow mo ni atong iyahang gi-present sa tuwa? Wala naman na, wala may matingog. Sige, Altizo. Anything you want to say?
Wala, sir.
Wala, murag ikapoy man siguro mong tanan. Nakakita na yan to. Joseph, ikapoy ka? Okay, murag ikapoy good siguro. Anyway,
Sir.
you can still access the material because it's already posted in your LMS, and it is also available in YouTube. You can have it there. If you want to repeat the the presentation. So I think that is necessary for us to be acquainted with the development of our physical and physiological makeup. And of course, last part is the orientation of our desire not to relate to other people in terms of love, attraction, love, things like that. Okay, so that is part of the unpacking the self. That is why it's very significant topic because all of us will experience it. We cannot escape it. We cannot escape from those mentioned by the presenter. Okay? Any question or things you want to be clarified?
None, sir.
None? Okay. So, if there is no other concern, maybe that is for tonight. Then we'll see what we can do tomorrow. Then let us assess the discussion in order for us to move to another topic. Okay? Tomorrow is Saturday. Saturday ba tomorrow? Friday?
Saturday, sir.
Saturday. So tomorrow, Saturday, let us see what we can do because this will be the last part of this chapter 2. Then we'll be doing other things. And I would like to go back to our exam to assess our result. Okay? Kung wala na pangutana, I think that would be for tonight. Kaya para dili kayo mo mabugatan. Nag-attendance na ko. Okay, na-record na ko yung attendance. Then next week, i-finalize po na ko ang list ng enrolled student under section B of understanding the self. Okay? Unless if you have some questions. Walay question, people?
Wala, sir.
Okay.
Wala.
Walay pangutana. Okay, so I think that would be for tonight. Thank you for joining the virtual conference this evening. Okay, you may leave now the virtual room.
Bye, sir.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, pwede
Bye, sir.
Yes, kung sa man, nay pangutana? Sige.
yung mga yung link atong imuhang ano sa YouTube, sir, itan-aw na mo.
Nasa inyong LMS.
Okay, sir.
Dili,
Thank you.
okay, kung dili makita sa LMS, no? I-try daw open.
Matry niyo mo, Ping.
Sige daw.
Wait lang.
Kuha kayo, ma-access nyo na po sa kuha.
Sir, pwede na mo lip.
Oo, pwede
Nakakuan
na.
sa exam.
Okay, pwede na.
Maglasi daw, sir. Bye, sir.
Bye. Magklase tagma, mag-meet pa tagma.
Bye, sir. Conference for October 1.
Bye, sir.
Oh, bye.
Bye, Crush. Charot.
Nakatawa si gigitik kay si Mr. Bulaw. Very good. Sige.
Bye,
Okay.
Crush Reven.
Bye, people.
Bye, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sa maka.
Uy, ganun mo yung si Reven. Huwag kang ano mo.
Yan. Wala ko ka-screenshot. Bad trip. Okay, by the way, thanks for watching. I love you all, mga kapinsan. Napanday mo. Klase ugma. Mag-online live. Tawag ano yung mag-vlog ita ni ugma. Bye-bye.